Space is a very interesting thing, possessing dimensions. In our case, it was assumed that space possesses three dimensions. Einstein intertwined these spatial dimensions with time. It has always been perceived that space and time are the famous 3+1, where there are metrics, purely linear, that is, with which one can measure with a ruler these volumes, length, width, height, or whatever they are called. Well, you all understood. And there are measurements, a temporal metric that is specifically related to time, and can be measured using a stopwatch for precise quantification. Einstein's idea is always linked to bodies' motion, giving rise to gravity, distorting space, causing effects, and connected to other phenomena and negative consequences. It was necessary to somehow understand how space interacts with time, and here Einstein thought that it would probably be more correct to tie this to the speed of light. In general, the speed of light became for Einstein the very substance that exists equally in space and time. And that's why the speed of light became perhaps the main constant for Einstein, because through the speed of light he navigated the space-time continuum. Space is connected to time through the velocity of light, and all these well-known formulas that you are aware of, undoubtedly you observe the velocity of light in them. Why? Because, as Einstein believed, the speed of light is the only quantity, the only coefficient that can be specific, unambiguous, and independent of anything. Actually, this idea was later developed. Park's quantities emerged, calculated based on the study of the speed of light, based on its value. Simpler values emerged. The famous Lorentz transformations appeared, which are based on the idea that all measurements are relative to the speed of light. And that's how the speed of light became one of the main parameters in physics. But Einstein didn't just come up with this global speed of light out of thin air. He took it from Maxwell's equations. Based on his own system of equations, the electric and magnetic natures in the real world are interconnected, and there exists an electromagnetic field. Electricity, roughly speaking, invariably leads to magnetism, and magnetism invariably leads to electricity. Yes, Max calculated all this, found that number, wrote it down, and then realized that the speed of electromagnetic wave propagation corresponds to the calculated speed of light, which had already been calculated. This could only mean one thing, that the speed of light corresponds to the speed of energy propagation in a medium. There is yet another very important and fundamental conclusion for that moment and for all of physics. The speed of light corresponds to the speed of propagation of electromagnetic oscillations, which means that light is an electromagnetic wave.